Hey guys, well today's one of those days it's so hard to get the intro out, but hey guys, welcome to my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Today gonna go out today, see what things came out today, see what things are on sale. But today though, new release wise, there's actually some things coming out. Thunderbolts is gonna be coming out today, as well as the Phoenician Scheme. And I believe there's gonna be a steelbook for Thunderbolts. I don't think it's exclusive to anywhere specific. So we'll see if that's out at Walmart. And what's cool though is, this is a 2 weeks in a row, 2 weeks, release weeks in a row where Walmart is putting out new things, because it's pretty much been like every other week. So every sort of 2 weeks, Walmart's has, been putting out new releases when it comes to the stuff in the front. They switch out the steelbooks more often, but new release wise though, it seems to be every other week. But this is the first time in a while where it's been 2 weeks in a row where they've actually put out something new. So we shall see if this kind of continues, and like kind of next month and some of the other months they do things like this again. So hopefully it kind of goes back to where it's every single Tuesday you see something new at Walmart's, because it hasn't been like that. It's been kind of every other week. Like I was saying, it's Thunderbolts and Phoenician Scheme. Other than that, though, I don't think there's anything too, much else. And the thing that's going to be interesting to see, too, is if they change out anything in the actual section. They have, the other area where they have kind of the more horror titles and the smaller releases. We'll see if they switch anything out in here as well, because last week they put stuff out there, too. So, we'll see kind of what's out. Also, though, if you guys haven't seen it yet as well, I did a video on last Friday at Comic-Con doing like a full tour, looking at all the toys and all this kind of stuff for sale and everything. So if you guys haven't seen that as well, I'll have the link below for my Comic-Con tour video. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Oh yeah, and also too, at the end of this video is going to be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into the first Target we go. You guys know we always have to check the $1, $3, and $5 spot and see whatever's changed out. There's some cheap glasses over here. Some cheap $3 glasses. Yeah, UV protection. Okay. They could be my new new glasses. Let's see though, anything different over here? Yeah, they started having like candy over here now, like movie theater candy, and then like little travel size type stuff as well. And then other than that though, I see like, what are these, like stamps? Or some kind of like, character stamp thing. Yeah, I remember as a kid too, there were so many different like stamps. There was like all these different type of things. You don't really see as much of that, like stamps and stuff. Let's see though. And then we always check over here too by the, the books where they used to have the movies over here. I see anything that changed out. I think these have changed. These two I don't remember seeing there last week. And then over here at the Turd Mags, they don't really put like the Inquirer and stuff as much over here, so they're not really as many of the Turd Mags. But we'll check over the toys too and see anything different today. We shall see though. But yeah, when you're in here though, you kind of have to try and beat the music. Like as soon as the music goes off, you're like, I gotta get back here before it comes back real loud. But let's see, anything different back here though. Not looking like, here comes the music right now, but not looking like anything different from what I can tell. They do have, though, the Jaws and the Tarman ones here from, the Ben Cooper, but I have found those ones. I don't think there's anything else too new Ben Cooper-wise from what I've seen releasing, but we'll see. Well, we'll check, though, over in the actual section, though, to see anything different back there as well. But yeah, down here, though, they have a bunch of the new, Todd McFarlane ones. The one of these, I found this one already, but there's one that has, like, the Chase version, the Platinum edition of that. But they have most of these new ones here, like Dark Archer, Dark Stars here, Batman. That one's been out. But then they have, like, the different versions. So you see, like, there's 2 different versions here of the Dark Archer one. And then, but a lot of these ones too, I think I've seen are up on Amazon, except for the Platinum version. In here too, they have this one here. It's kind of like all the original figures kind of re-released here in this collection, the 1988 remastered 6-pack here. So this is pretty cool too. And then they have this as a re-release as well, the Mutant, the kind of like drilling thing here that the Shredder had. So that's cool to see these ones re-released. Simpsons wise though, there's supposed to be a bunch of new ones, but I feel like I'm going to see them first probably in Macy's in the Toys R Us area. That's at least how it was last time around. And this is cool. I just randomly saw this, definitely in the wrong spot, but this, DeLorean RC car. That's really cool. It's definitely something I've not seen before too, so that's very cool. Into Walmart we go. Yeah, they always do that in here, and they put like the balls on top of the fans and float them around and everything. But yeah, I wanted to mention too, when people say like, oh yeah, every Tuesday there are new releases. Yes, there are always, every Tuesday there's still new releases. But the way that Walmart the way they're kind of structured is, if you notice, one Tuesday it's like a really big release week. The following Tuesday it's like smaller stuff. So that week it seems like all those things are like at Barnes & Noble, because they switch stuff out every Tuesday. But Walmart, it seems to be every other Tuesday, like I was mentioning. But now this is the first time I've seen 2 times in a row of new things. So like I was mentioning, I hope that's going to be kind of how it is more often, and they switch stuff out here the same way they do at Barnes & Noble. But looking in the actual section though, you know, all this talk about switching things out. Oh, I see some of the things switched. Yeah, there's a lot of them switched, but not everything. So see, Thunderbolts wasn't changed out, but they did switch out. They had Nobody, that released today. They had the Phoenician Scheme Fighter Flight, which I liked Fighter Flight. That was actually a pretty cool, kind of crazy, all on the plane film in here. And then they have the Ace Ventura Steelbook, but I don't think on here it has that missing scene that was on the DVD back in the day, the one of him doing the dolphin trainer voice going, okay, okay, okay. Like, I love that scene. Like, I always wish they would have just restored it, but they never really did. But it might be kind of incorporated into the movie. I don't believe so. I think it's the same version of the film. And then they have a Chainsaw Man Volume 1. So it's funny, they have all the things changed out except for Thunderbolts. Let's see, anything different over here? Doesn't look like it. Let's check, though, in here, though. The one movie that came out I think this was last Tuesday, was Ash, which I want to pick that one up. I have not seen that one. Other than that, though, it doesn't look like anything else was switched out in this section. Just trying to make sure nothing different. And then at some point, I know they're probably going to be starting to switch this section out again too. But it's been a lot of this stuff has been sitting this time around, and I wish they would have done a limited VHS, because I feel like the limited tape is a really cool thing. And there are some new McFarlane ones, like the different color Batman ones. So I'm definitely going to be looking for those as well. This one, though, doesn't seem to change out the figures too much in this area. But I'm going to check through a couple different areas today, though, so we'll see if we come across any of the different ones, though. I think it was like the yellow and the green are the new ones. Into the second Walmart we go. It's so funny though with these, I was talking about before with these Power Rangers figures, how the Goldar and Putty one, those ones, like, I've seen some people show pictures of them, but I haven't seen them in any of the Walmarts or anything like that that have had the stand or anything like that for it. Because I saw one when they just put the whole stand out and there was none in it. It was really strange. But in here though, a couple weeks ago, I ended up finding that small Bartman, this one, but the small size. For some reason, that's one, it took me so long to finally find that one. And then also in here with the Simpsons dolls is a Maggie one that I stupidly passed over one day. And I'm like, I don't know why I did that, because that's like the one absolute impossible one you never see. But nothing really too different. This one, though, definitely has a larger section of toys than some of the other ones. At least it's much more stocked up. We'll go in the movies area, though, too. But see, as I was saying, down here, you always see all the other ones, but never those two ones. It's very strange. It's like, I don't know if there's only one of them in a box, or it's only some of the shipments have them in. I don't know what though. But yeah, in here though, they luckily enough have all the stuff out. So you can see the Thunderbolts here. So they have the standard 4K here for $29.96. Then they have the Walmart exclusive. So it's a collectible pop-up packaging, not a steelbook. I wasn't sure what kind of was their exclusive. That's $29.96. The Blu-ray's $24.96. And then they have the Chainsaw Man. But all these other ones I showed at the last location. But at least this one has all the stuff out and everything though. Into the next Target we go. This is the area that I don't come to too often, so we'll see if there's anything different out here in any of the Targets or Walmarts out here though, but we shall see though. We shall see. In here though, I saw a couple of different things. I know this is one thing I saw a lot of people posting pictures of, finding this Marvel Legends like Gameverse one that has Thanos in it. And this was cool. I know there's a whole line that they're doing of these Simpsons like skateboards, Tech Deck ones. There's like little ones they're doing, and this is like a full size like Homer Simpsons one. You know, this size, kind of like a handboard. Pretty cool. It's like only a Target exclusive one. Like I said, there's a bunch of new ones, like some turtle ones. Like I said, the small size Tech Deck. I don't know if there's considered doing any turtles this size, but definitely very cool though. And like I said, I knew I'd see this at some point. I saw all these people posting pictures of this one too. Into the next Walmart we go. This is one that I don't go to too often. It's funny, this one looks like they've got a lot of the Halloween stuff, or starting to put some of the Halloween stuff out already. Just have to check too if there's any like squish or anything like that. But yeah, it's funny. It's like a lot of school stuff, but then some of the Halloween, and then randomly like these Ultraman figures over here. Like, what are they doing in this spot? But yeah, in this location, guys, this one seems to have a couple more like TV series than some of the other ones. But yeah, I went through here and they have like a pretty big figure section down there, but I didn't see any at all of like the McFarlane or anything like that in this one though. But yeah, in this location though, nothing really that different. I don't really see too much, and like they didn't have really, oh no, here's some of the McFarlane ones. They kind of shoved them in this area. These are the Superman ones over here. But yeah, it's funny, these ones are kind of put over here in this area, but other than that though, I don't see any other ones besides the ones right here in this area. Well, I've now made my way into the mall, and I'm going to go into the Macy's and see if there's anything in here differently. They always have music playing, so I basically just talk about it now, and I'll be showing you guys as I'm in there if there's anything in there. This one always has the music blasting, but I remember the one time I was in here, I found all the Simpsons when they just came out, and there's a whole bunch of new ones that are supposed to be releasing. You know, I haven't seen a lot of people finding them, but I've seen a few photos. So I figure I'll check in this Macy's. This is one of the ones that has the better Toys R Us in it, so we'll be seeing, you know, what's in there and everything. Well, taking a look though in this Walmart though, I think this is the one where they have like all the stuff locked up movie-wise. Like even, you know, they don't have the stuff in the front here, so they have like literally all the things. But looking in this one though, it doesn't look like they switched out to any of the new stuff. It's all the same stuff from last week. Let's see though, figure-wise, if this one has anything different. Over here, there's the horror stuff. And then they have, it's always so weird how some stuff's locked up, some stuff isn't. Let's see if this one has any figures. I don't see any down there. Some of them, it's weird, don't have a lot of the figures. Let's see. Checking down here. Oh, here they are. So let's see anything different in this one. You always have to really look, because I remember the one time there were some of them there and I missed over them. But let's see. These are the same ones. And I know at some point there's going to be a movie maniac of like Jaws coming out and a couple other new movie maniacs. And some of them, not all of the Walmarts, but most of them I've noticed have gotten the movie maniac ones. I have a lot of these ones still. The Ben Cooper. It's crazy. I ordered these ones like the second they went up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, and they never came. So it's like, I'll never order from that Entertainment Earth again, because it sort of seems like one of those things that like never arrives for some weird reason. I don't know why. But yeah, nothing really too different from what I can tell though. And this one, it's funny, they put like the Inquirers and stuff right over here. This is a weird, different spot to put that kind of stuff. What I've noticed too, guys, is since Hulk Hogan, you know, passed away, it's really interesting. You know, you go in the wrestling area and you don't see any of his figures at all. Like every single solid figure that's Hulk has totally gone. And they used to have a lot of different ones. So it's interesting to see. I'm sure they'll come back in. I'm sure they'll do like some, like, I don't know. I feel like there would definitely be more ones. Here's some of the Power Rangers here. Like I said, though, you never see that putty one. It's so weird how that's the one you just do not come across whatsoever. Into the next Target we go. Yeah, this one right in the front, they have those Lindt Dubai chocolate bars. It's really hot today. These ones, though, these are harder to get. It's funny, I've seen some locations put them out and the whole thing is gone right away. It's really crazy. But they are $14.99 though, so they're a lot more money. Normally, those bars are $5.99 though, but it is cool to see them though, because like I said, those things go really fast though, but it's like 90 plus degrees, so those would be a melted mess. There's supposed to be a bunch of these Simpsons one. I found the one real big one though. But oh yeah, here's the big Homer Simpson one. But I'm trying to see if I see any of the smaller size ones, because there's supposed to be a whole line of like exclusive ones with Homer, and then some of them that were like the Turtles and stuff. Doesn't look like they have any of those ones yet, because I don't think, yeah, these ones are not part of that line, so these are a different one. But yeah, I know they're starting to show up though in some of the stores. Into the next Target we go. And I believe there's like 1 or 2 more Targets in this area, and I think there might be 1 more Walmart out here to check. And then I've kind of seen all the main ones in this kind of area and everything. This is the Target that has that kind of different look to it. Like when you go into it, it's more open like this. There are very few ones that have this kind of a layout to it and stuff. Yeah, looking through this one, it doesn't look like anything too different. I checked too just to see if there's anything random, like, you know, see if this location had anything Hulk left. Like I said, all the locations, all the stuff is like totally gone for any of his figures. But I remember like there were so many different ones, so it's crazy to see kind of all of them gone. But yeah, just trying to make sure I check on, like, you always have to make sure you look on the ends and stuff like that too, because sometimes they put random ones on the ends and they're all a little different the way these ones lay out, but it doesn't look like it from what I can tell. Is when I'll keep checking though. But yeah, I checked over here too. I saw the main Homer Simpson one, but none of the small Simpsons ones I was mentioning either though. See, like I was saying, you know, you always have to check to see, here's this other spillover area where they have this set up. Nothing different from what I can tell, but like I said, you really have to really check because these things are kind of hidden if you don't look. Taking a look back here though, seeing anything different. They have all the different like Batman heads back there. This one I haven't seen. I've seen these ones, but I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But checking back here, let's see, bigger section though. What is this thing? Tarot. Oh, Beetlejuice tarot cards. That's interesting. I never saw those. Those are just randomly over here. But let's see, just kind of going through all this stuff. Yeah, be really careful because, like I said, you can definitely miss things, and people kind of just throw things into these sections. So you always have to really be careful. It doesn't look like, when I can tell, anything different as well though. Into the next Target we go, and I was looking and it looks like there's like I was saying, probably 1 or 2 more it looks like 1 more Target and 1 more Walmart, maybe 2 more Walmarts, we shall see, but that's what it sort of seems like though. And the other one that's in this area is one I've not been to whatsoever, so maybe we'll come across something interesting in that one when it comes to the Walmart and Target. Like that particular area, I haven't really gone to it at all, so it's not that far, so we'll see. Maybe we'll see something there though. Yeah, it's so funny. This one though, this is the first time I've ever seen this Superman one. I ended up finding this one at Walmart a while ago, but it's so funny, I've never seen that in a Target. But when it comes to like figure wise, so besides that one, I don't see anything different over here though. Let's see though, skateboard wise, here's one of them. Here's the Bartman one. So they have one Bart. Are there any other ones in here that are like the Simpsons wise one? I see a Godzilla one. Doesn't look like it. Looks like that was the only one left. Let's see the back though, if it shows you some. No, it doesn't show you all the other ones, but at least there's one of them. I actually found one more. They have a SpongeBob like Santa Cruz one, so that's pretty cool too. So those are the only ones that are these different ones that I see. But this is a pretty cool Simpsons one, 3 of 7. So I guess they make 7 in this line, and then 7 of you know, for the SpongeBob one as well. But taking a look though here in the back though, doesn't look like anything different here. Just trying to make sure. They have a lot of the different Ben Cooper, but no different ones from what I can tell. And one random McFarlane one back here. And I saw the spot where they were too, the McFarlane ones, but they were all sold out over there though. Yeah, I saw this one random area over here too, and they have a Silver Surfer figure over here, this kind of random spot over here though. Only one they have for the Fantastic Four ones. Into the final Walmart we go. Well, taking a look though, movie wise in here, this one looks like it has all the stuff out, so we can take a look too at the back of the stuff too. So here's the Thunderbolts one. Yeah, so it like kind of pops up packaging for that. Like I was saying, Fight or Flight, I like that one a lot. And then we can see the back too. I think we actually saw the back of all these ones except for Thunderbolts. Let's see though, check down here, anything different figures wise down here. I just see kind of like, yeah, just like one random figure there. Doesn't look like too much in this one. Let's see, anything different in here. Doesn't look like it though. Into the final Target we go. And I don't think I've ever actually been to this Target ever, so we'll see if there's anything different though. We shall see. It's funny though, this one though, you can tell that this one I've never been to before because it has a totally different way that it has everything kind of laid out, and it has like all the Ben Cooper ones together like in one area. It's kind of easier to see this stuff. Then you see like the figures are all like this, so it's much easier to see it. But no, nothing different McFarlane wise or anything like that. What's this one here randomly here? Oh yeah, that's with that Dark Archer. That's one of the newer ones I showed in the other location. And they have this like kind of like random clearance area. Some of these ones, like these are the ones you see a lot of the locations. Like this one, you see a lot. I think this is like in the clearance spot back here. Yeah, this like Killer Croc one. But yeah, like nothing really that different. But yeah, this kind of random clearance spot I found back here. Anyway, though, guys, that was all for my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, in the comments below, though, let me know what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K if you guys ended up picking up anything today. Also, though, let me know if you guys watched anything new on streaming or anything in theaters lately. I will say, this past weekend, I saw two different films. The one is the new film with Pete Davidson called The Home, and that's one of those movies where I feel like it's kind of going under the radar and hardly anybody's seeing it. But let me tell you guys, it is absolutely incredible. It is like, it was one of those movies, I will say, that movie, The Home, is probably would go on a list of like what I could say is probably one of my top favorite horror comedies of like, if I had to like say a list of like top 50, it probably would go into that list because it is so insane, so nuts, and it's basically Pete Davidson's character gets like arrested and gets kind of on probation, has to go to this old folks home and work there, and it gets really weird. But it is, like I said, incredible. And John Glover is in the movie. John Glover was from, played Mr. Clamp in Gremlins 2. He was in Ed and His Dead Mother, the one, the guy who's like, sells the thing. He was also in Meet the Hollowheads, Smallville, tons of stuff. He's one of my top favorite character actors of all time, and he has a great part in it. But it's from the director who did the first 3 Purge films, but it's like, it's even crazier than those. But check it out, guys. It is really interesting. The other movie I saw is called The Ick, and that's from the director who did a movie called Detention, which I liked. I mean, that came out in 2011. I remember really liking that film, and it was a fun, basically like this town where there's this like sort of a virus kind of like fungus that kind of took over the town, and it's basically the one guy got injured by like the fungus stuff that like came out of the ground, and it's like 20 years later, and it's kind of the town now, the fungus is coming and attacking people and kind of turning them into zombies. It's a really fun movie. I really like that. It's one of those ones that was a Fathom event, but definitely both of those ones I really liked a lot. But anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review portion. Now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. Now, before we get to the reviews, I have an unboxing here from Sony that has to do with the film The Karate Kid Legends. There's a whole bunch of stuff to promote the release of the film, which is now up on streaming. So I've not looked at what's in here. So it's a bunch of different stuff. Like I said, this all has to do with Karate Kid's Legends. And here is the thing for it. So it's available to own now digitally, and then it comes out on 4K and Blu-ray August 26th. I really like this one. I saw this one in theaters as well. I thought this was definitely worth checking out. Now in here, I'll go through the stuff that's in here. So there's like a pizza toppings kit that has like garlic, chili flakes, oregano, pizza seasoning. So it's like a seasoning kind of kit thing. So that's cool. And then there is a Karate Kid Legends like cooking thing, cooking apron. So that's really cool. Cooking apron for Karate Kid. And then there is a t-shirt for the film, and it has on the back the poster for the movie. And then there is some big pepperoni, Delani pepperoni. So a pepperoni stick. And then there is Delani pizza sauce. So pizza sauce, kind of stuff to make the pizza. And then there is this like probably the kit? Yeah, pizza dough kit. So here's the pizza kit for making the dough. And then there is, that's cool, a Karate Kid exclusive like headband. And then here's the actual recipe, Italian pepperoni pizza. So here's the actual recipe for what's included in here. And then also there is a poster for the movie. Let's see, so I'll show you guys a poster for the film as well. The last thing I saw in here was a rolling, there's something, yeah, oh wait, there's also a pizza, this on the bottom. This as well. this like pizza thing that you put the pizza on when it's done, and then a little rolling pin thing too. So that's really cool. So really cool stuff in here, all to promote the streaming release of Karate Kid Legends. Now we're going to go on to the new reviews for you guys. There's a bunch of different stuff here. The first one here, this is from Lionsgate Limited. This is from their brand new website, which is called, like I said, Lionsgate Limited. So this is one you won't see in stores, but you can get exclusively from their website. This is a Carl Reiner film, so I really forgot about this one. I had not seen this one in years. And it's called All of Me, and it has Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin in it. And this is a really fun movie. It's basically, though, about Steve Martin's character, and he meets Lily Tomlin, and her character is just about to die. She's like really sick, and she's like playing this whole thing where she wants to transfer her soul into the body of this younger woman so she can stay alive. And during the ritual, the thing goes wrong, and her soul gets kind of dumped by mistake onto Steve Martin when he's walking to outside, when he's leaving the building, and she gets stuck inside of Steve Martin. So it's kind of like this thing where she's controlling one side of Steve Martin, and her soul is stuck inside of him, and they're kind of trying to figure out what they're going to do, and if there's a way to transfer her soul into someone else. And it's really fun, and it's all these problems, and I really like this movie. This has on here a commentary track on here with film historian Joe Ramono. It has interview on here with a screenwriter, video essays on here, has a still gallery, theatrical trailer, and TV spots on this one, but a really fun movie that you don't hear about too often. The next one here, this one was from Universal, and this is one that I saw in theaters as well. And this is one that I really like this one. This is probably, when it comes to, Wes Anderson films, in the recent years, this is probably my favorite in a really long time. It's a movie here called The Phoenician Scheme. And this has Benicio del Toro, Maya Threapleton, who is, the daughter of, Kate Winslet and in real life, and then Michael Cera. And this is the first time Michael Cera has been in a Wes Anderson movie. And it's like, and a lot of people were saying to Wes Anderson, like, how did it take so long for him to finally be in one of the movies? Because he fits so well in his universe of like the humor and everything like that. And this is sort of hard to explain. It's basically this guy everybody's trying to kind of come after, and Michael Cera is sort of like his assistant, and his daughter is this nun, and basically he wants her to kind of take over for him, and it's kind of this whole weird sort of thing. It's incredibly hard to explain what's going on, but out of all the Wes Anderson movies, I thought this was, like I said, for a long time, the most fun I had, and I just like the weirdness of this one. It has a sort of more of a quirky kind of slapstick feel in some areas a little bit too. I don't know. I just really like this one. Now, it has on here feature-wise some featurettes on the cast, the airplane, and some like making ofs on here, but would definitely recommend you guys check this one out. The next one here, this was from Paramount, and now this is available for the first time on 4K. It's also in a really cool steelbook release here, and this is the film Small Soldiers, which is a Joe Dante film, and my friend Adam Rifkin was the writer of this movie. I always really liked this movie. This is one of those movies, I think this was the last film to release with the late Phil Hartman too, because it came out a little bit, I believe, after he passed away, a few months, because I remember when this first came out, like seeing this one in theaters, and basically it's about like these toys that come to life. It's kind of almost has a feel of like Toy Story and that kind of feel, but it's like these kind of army toys and stuff. It's a really fun movie. It's one that you kind of don't hear about as often, but back when it came out, what's funny is, if you guys remember, like go to Burger King and they have that thing, the rodeo burger that has like the onion ring and the barbecue sauce, like that burger was made for this movie. So, and I feel like nobody remembers that, but that was originally when that thing came around was for this burger. I mean, for this movie. But really, really fun film here. The next one here, this one was from Decal. It's a movie here where it stars Alec Baldwin. And I'm not going to get into the whole behind the scenes and stuff, but you guys all know, if you look into what happened, there was so many, tragic thing happened to the cinematographer on the film. But I know they ended up getting the film finished, and it's a movie here called Rust. And it's basically, though, about this kid who ends up accidentally shooting somebody on, and then the person gets killed, and then basically Alec Baldwin has to try and rescue him, and the kid's kind of arrested and going to be put to death, and basically Alec Baldwin has to try and rescue him and everything like that. It's a pretty well done, Western film. Like I said, it's sad about, everything that happened behind the scenes and stuff with the cinematographer. But a well-made, well-acted. There's a lot of, people throughout the movie, too, like cameos in the film as well. The next ones here, these ones are from Movie Zing, and I'll have a link below where you guys can order these ones for the best price. Now, this one is available for the first time on Blu-ray, and this is a great movie. You guys remember I talked about this one when this first released years back. This movie here called The Sand, and I remember too, Jamie Kennedy has a cameo in this one, and it's a ridiculous movie. It's basically these people who are partying on the beach, and what ends up happening is there's something killer in the sand. So basically, something in the sand is killing them. And so basically, they end up waking up after partying, and they come to find out that the sand is alive. So if they walk off of like any of the stuff that's like, you know, like a piece of wood or anything, the sand will kill them. So they're basically trapped out there. It's just a really fun, really ridiculous movie. But I'm glad this now has a Blu-ray release. The next one here from Movie Zing as well, and this is also from Warner Brothers, and this is available for the first time on Blu-ray. I know they released seasons of this on DVD, I remember, but I don't remember ever having like a complete Blu-rays of the show. It's a series here called Manifest, and this was basically about a kind of an airplane that had disappeared out of the kind of went totally missing, and no one knows what had happened to it, and then it basically reappeared, and it's kind of the people who were from the plane back and kind of trying to figure out what exactly had happened and where they were and everything like that. Really interesting series. It ended up going for 4 seasons. So it has all 4 seasons of the show here in the complete series set here on Blu-ray for Manifest. Next one here to let you guys know is available as well from Warner Brothers, and this is also from Movie Zing. This is a serial killer film that I remember. That was a pretty cool film. This came out originally like back in 2020. It's a movie here called The Little Things, which has Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. And this one is available for the first time on 4K. This one has on here 4 Shades of Blue, an in-depth look at Denzel Washington's role in Warner Brothers cop films, The Little Things, Training Day, Reichert, and Fallen. Contrast and Styles on here, featurette, as well as a theatrical trailer on this one. And the last one to let you guys know that was available, this one was from Altered Innocence, and it's a movie here called The Maiden. And this one has on here, feature-wise, a commentary track, a deleted scenes, trailer, behind-the-scenes featurette, as well on this one. But anyway, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.